Good morning, everybody. My name is Monjer, and I'm from Solar Learning, and I'm one half of a duo, Michael and Monjer. Michael can't make it today, got the short straw, and had to stay behind for one of our programs with the funding deadline in. You know how it is. So I got the best thing. Oh, sorry, I've used that. Sorry. Hello. Sorry, you can hear me at the back now. Good. Yes, I'm going to tell you a little bit about some of our programs. Solar Learning has been going for about 4 years now, and we've been doing 3 different main areas that we cover. One of them is youth development, one of them is enterprise and learning, and one of them is creative and cultural. Now, in the youth development program, we do a lot of work with young people in developing youth leadership skills, youth-led projects. A lot of young people don't realise that the talent that they've got, and it just seems to lie there, and they need something to spark it off. So we often do some of these programs to try and spark some of that. So youth development programs, we've got programs ranging from training with young people around youth leadership, youth funding. Social action projects is quite an important element of this, and it actually gives us the first indication that they have got potential enterprise skills. Creative and cultural, we run a program called the Urban Games, and that brings out a lot of the sort of creativity in young people. We use dance, we use music, we use art, graffiti, beatboxing, and we have a learning and enterprise program. Among the learning and enterprise, we run an alternative education program where, as you can imagine, numeracy and literacy feature in it, and it's for young people 14 to 16 who, for whatever reason, don't attend schools. What we've done is had an element in that where it's an enterprise element, so the young people actually learn a little bit about what enterprise means, and also look at exploring an alternative career path since the school and the academic career path isn't working out for them. We also offer staff training to help identify youth leadership skills within young people and develop those things. And one of the things that we really promote through this is that social action idea, and we work with organisations to fund some of that action. A lot of this action does need and require funding to make it of a good scale, where it has a good impact on the young people's learning, but also the young people or the community they're working with. So we work with Key Fund. Has anybody heard of Key Fund before? Yeah. Brilliant, good. Key Fund works for young people 11 to 25, and it rewards them with awards in 4 stages: 250, 500, 1,000 and 2,000 pounds. And what they have to do in return is to go through a set of skills to experience and develop their abilities and learnings, and also have some community benefits. And Live Unlimited, again, another funding program for young people 11 to 21. So we would work with the young people and then give them access to this information and support them through the funding process. Creative and cultural, one of our biggest elements of programs in the Creative and Cultural program is the Urban Games. It was inspired by the Olympics and set up 4 years ago now, and we built it around young people's ideas of an alternative Olympics, which then brought to the forefront the things that they're very much interested in. As mentioned before, dance, music, drama, urban sports like BMX, and skateboarding and scootering. Business Sparks is what we set up about 2 years ago now, and that was to make sure that we focus on the enterprise element, and the package offers quite a variety of things to young people, including mentoring. So we've got over 40 mentors now, I think, from different scale of businesses in different areas, working with the young people to support them. What we have found though is we don't necessarily, or the young people don't necessarily need or require businesses from that field. What they're after actually is just a wide range of encouragement, a sounding board, and information and access to a network. And what we've also found is those mentors have actually found them a new route to market. A lot of mentors come from big companies, and our artists have been commissioned now to do wall art or framed art to put into their buildings or their offices. So again, actually what we're doing is we're offering the opportunity for the young person to experience the enterprise and the selling process, which is one of the biggest and the most difficult aspects of the enterprise setup for themselves. The Enterprise Club, or the Newcastle Enterprise Club, has been set up to work with people who aren't young necessarily, or young by age, but maybe by heart. So Business Sparks works with people between the ages of 11 and 25. If you're above 25, then you can join our Newcastle Enterprise Club. It's a different level of support, as you can imagine. And then it brings us to the marketplace. This is our most recent development through the Enterprise Programme, and it's basically, because we're taking a lot of people throughout the North East, through these enterprise programmes, and then we're saying, right now, you've got to go out there and sell. they're finding it very difficult to get into this market of selling, or the retail opportunities are quite small, and what they are getting is tabletop sales opportunities, which isn't what I think we're building up their aspirations to be. And what they've noticed is sometimes the sales aren't coming through, and they're losing motivation and inspiration. So the marketplace events were introduced to provide opportunities, particularly a city centre opportunity. So when we talk to young people, we run an exercise called the goals exercise. And every young person over the last 4 years that we've worked with, for example, has written on there that they would like their own place and they'd like it to be in the city centre. Most of them, in fact, all but one, have never really managed to achieve this because of the expenses, because of the commitment that's required, and all the other overheads, for example. So the marketplace gives them an opportunity to be in the city centre. We've acquired a space which was a vacant unit, and we've developed it into a youth facility called Space 2 in Newcastle. It's bang in the city centre amongst all the other retailing world out there, and it's putting young people in the forefront of the retail industry for them to show off their skills to the people that are out there to shop. What we found is the young people are getting a massive success rate, and they're actually getting an experience that's more valuable, and they get to understand what the real market is like. A lot of the young people that we work with right now seem to have ideas around using art and their skills in drawing or photography or film making, and they're trying to offer those services. And what we've managed to do, or what they've managed to do through us putting them together, is to form a larger company and offer a better and more wider service. A lot of young people are now getting qualifications, but they know that they've got peers out there who are qualified solicitors and all sorts of people, but they're not getting jobs. So what they're thinking is, actually what I need to do is I need to do something for myself as a backup. While I'm looking for a job, I'm going to get qualified and I'm going to apply for jobs, and I'm not going to sit around, or I'm not going to try and join the dole queue, I suppose is the terms I'm trying to avoid, but that's what they're saying to us. So they're trying to do things in the meantime, so they're setting up their own businesses, and they're trying to find or define their own future or career. The enterprise stall holders, generally they're 16 to 25 because they're coming through our programs, or over 25 but possibly marginalised through the enterprise club. We've got young mothers that come through. Childcare is an issue, so what we'll do is possibly raise some money for funding for childcare while they're doing the courses, and also for them attending the events. Often these marketplace events are on a Saturday, the kids are off school, it's a difficulty, so we've got a creche area sometimes to try and sort that out and provide that opportunity for them and make sure that they can still access it. I think sometimes the terminology can be a bit of an issue, and so you replace that terminology, and that's what we do. We use the term business proposal instead of a business plan. One word makes a massive difference. The young people will go, oh no, not a business plan. And then we've got a little template draft for a business proposal, so is what we call it, and they love it. They think, yeah, we'll do that, no problem. What we also do is we buy our own stock to provide young people who don't necessarily have an idea right now. So we'll speak to them and say, well, I don't really have one now, or there's a lack of confidence. And we've got a couple of little stalls. So we've got a stall called I Accessorize. So it's for phones and iPads and tablets, quite popular at the moment. And we'll give them an opportunity to experience by selling something. And what we found is, if they've enjoyed it, they've said, actually, I've got an idea. And they've started to be a bit more confident about identifying something that they're good at. The results, we've delivered 9 local and city centre marketplace events so far. We've hosted up to 30 stalls per marketplace event. We've welcomed up to 600 shoppers or visitors per marketplace event. Supported over 120 aspiring young entrepreneurs. Supported nearly 50 aspiring local adults. And what we've also offered to try and attract the people to come into these events is 1,000 free candy floss bags, 120 faces painted, and 140 henna designed tattoos, really popular. The conclusion, we love our local marketplace. Thank you.